Hi, my name is Maurice Murray, and I'm conducting a presentation, oral, for my interpersonal communications class on gender and friendships. Over the last week and a half, I spoke to two friends with different genders, at approximately the same age. We talked about different subjects every day, after which I would record my findings. The findings were somewhat predictable for the most part, and then there was a few cases where they were somewhat insightful. The first part that we'll talk about are differences. And on that subject itself, love, sex, relationships, I actually found that all of these were quite different for each one. With being in love itself for a guy and a girl are two totally different things. So if I talking to the male subject, he was saying that he was committed in a relationship, that he spent, quality time with that individual, and that was really about it. To somewhat, I was able to relate to that. But I also found that I have a lot of similarities with women as well. Because they felt like they were committed, they were in that relationship, and that was it. It was a much more, I guess you could say, an emotional bond that went along with it. That was the part that I could relate to. Now, when it came to sex, guys really take on, I guess it's almost a poor aspect of it, because they take on the approach, hey, in, out, on with our lives. Score for the guys, right? Now, and women, they want that cuddle time. They want that one-on-one, the foreplay. They want it to be more intimate. And that's definitely a difference between the two. Now, looking at both and then doing a little bit of research, my youngest daughter, she pointed out to me that there was a movie that was very similar to the subject that I'm doing. So if you ever get a chance, you should watch She's the Man by Amanda Bynes. It was, I think, 2006 movie where a young girl, her soccer team is cut from her school, and she wants to try out for the boys team, but of course the school doesn't allow it. So she decides to go to a neighboring school and dress up as a boy. And she really learns a lot from the aspect of what it's like to be a male as opposed to a female. And the movie actually does a really good job of showing those similarities and so on. Now, with similarities in particular, I talked to both subjects again, and one of the things that we talked about were family and relationships and our career-minded goals. And I found a lot of those things very similar to each other. And I guess for some reason, they're, the people I surround myself with are similar goal-minded people. So we looked at it from the standpoint of, family. We all have kids. We all do just about everything that we can for them to make sure that they have what they need to succeed in life. Part of that really kind of goes right into careers and what we want to do, and what we're willing to do to get to those things. And again, in both cases, they were very, very similar to each other. Not too surprising there at all, and I think of course it's always going to vary depending on who it is that you're talking with, and of their maturity level, I think also play a major factor in that. So, to kind of wrap it all up into one, I think that it doesn't matter, I guess. It doesn't matter the subject itself, whether it could be sports or cars or something similar to that. The more it has that masculine undertone to the subject, like sports, it depends on whether that female or male relate to those things. And that's, that was quite evident just talking about sports, because there are so many females that know about sports and have a great appreciation for it. Guys guys have a difficult time taking on some of the more touchy-feely things like the being in relationships and how they should take the right approach with making love to someone. And it's going to continue to vary, I think, for quite a while. But uh, it really kind of gave me a chance to listen to both sides of the subject, or the two people that were talking, and saying, how do I relate to those things? And um, what changes can I make to be more accommodating and make things special for my wife? So those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for your time and watching.